Hey guys, we're going to pick up right where we dropped off on last video, finishing up with products and diving into collections. So we finished this one product here, but to make a collection, we're going to need multiple products. If I don't want to go through that whole thing again for each product, I can just click on it and click duplicate up in the right-hand corner. We're going to duplicate everything and set it to active. Great, so I'm going to do this a couple times until we've got about 5 packs, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I've created 5 packs now. So I went through and duplicated them, created 5 packs, but also what I did with the last 2, packs 4 and 5, is, if I click on this, everything else is the same except for the vendor. Now this is for the purpose of collections. I put them as a different vendor so that we can take a look at how we can organize and split them up. Great, so we have Dodo as these vendors, and the first 3 had Acme as their other vendors too. So to do some collections, we're going to go in here to collections on the left hand side. Homepage is going to be a default one that's already created, so we're going to leave that as it is, but we're going to create a couple of collections from scratch. So the reason why I created 2 different vendors, one for Acme, one for Dodo, is so that we can create a collection for each vendor, and we can make it what's called an automatic collection. So when you're creating collections, I'm just going to skip down here to this collection type here. Automated means you can pick a criteria that exists inside a product or a series of products and make a collection out of that. Automated means that every time you add a new product and it has that attribute, so every time we add a new product under the vendor of Acme, or anytime we add a new product under the vendor of Dodo, it's automatically going to be pulled into that collection. This is a really effective way of being able to add products and automatically update collections so you don't have to keep going in and manually updating collections all the time. It means you can just go in and have them automatically sent to specific collections. So let's look at the criteria for both of these. First of all, I'll quickly cover some of the other elements on the collection page as well too. So we have the title, which means the title of the collection. I'm going to name this first one Acme Vendor, because maybe you have a collection of products that are third-party products on your website, but people want to find one certain brand, or you want to make a collection out of one certain brand. I'm also going to add an image. I've got a nice collection image again from Unsplash here. Don't worry about this templates. You can change templates for collections and have custom coding in here. For the purpose of the crash course, we're going to keep the code files exactly the same as they currently are. So it's available in the online store. We've got our collection image on the right-hand side, title and description. Now let's get down to collection type. We're going to start off with automated. So we do have a bunch of conditions to be able to choose from. And you can add conditions together as well too. We're just going to go with one condition. And there's a lot of criteria that we can group these products together. So we can have inventory stock. So say you have a clearance sale and all of the items that you have less than 5 on hand for, maybe you want to do a clear out. So you can do like inventory stock is greater than or less than, let's say less than 5. Then that'll go into its own collection and you can feature that collection maybe on the home page or something like that. You can do product price, all prices that are equal to or all prices under $10, maybe have their own collection as well too. In this case, what we want to do is go by vendor. So if the vendor is equal to Acme, then we're going to save. Great. And as soon as you save it, scroll down here and we've got 1, 2, and 3. So those last 2 that I put in, number 4 and 5, those belong to a different vendor. So this automatically populated with the 3 that belonged to that specific vendor as well too. You can do combinations as well too. All of these have the rest of the same data, so the combination of conditions won't really work here, but you can say all of the products that are sold by Acme that have a product price less than $10, because maybe one of your suppliers is having a sale. So you can start to see how you can build these collections to automatically populate based on the criteria you're entering at the product level. Let's check it out. You save that, give it a view. Okay, great. So the setup of these pages will vary theme by theme, but on the left-hand side, we have our tags. So you can organize by tags, but also pull in everything that belongs to that specific vendor. Let's make another automatic collection for the other vendor that we have. And then we're going to make a manual collection as well too. Okay. Automated. And choose the vendor. So I had to save again for the vendor to come up here. Sometimes you have to save it twice for it to show up for some reason, but we saved it and we've got pack 4 and 5 coming up for that one. Okay, awesome. So we have these 2 collections by vendors, which are automatic collections, which means every other product that we add to the store, as long as we assign it a vendor, it will automatically be pulled into one of those 2 collections. We can also create manual collections. Manual collections are great for things like holiday sales. So let's create a holiday sale with a manual, which means that we are going to manually add products to that. After you add the description and add manual, you want to click save. And only after that does it load in this product box. So make sure that when you're clicking a manual one, click manual, then click save, then it's going to pull up your products for you. So you can go ahead and hit browse, and maybe I'm going to do every odd one. Great. I'm just going to pull in an image for this collection as well too, but you can see those 3 manual ones that we've pulled in. So we also have for manual sorting at the right hand side. I'm also going to switch sorting. I mean, you'll see all of the other elements too, but I'm going to switch sorting to manual, and you'll see these like little 6 dots appear on the left hand side because right now they're out of order. So we've got 1, 3, and 5. So I'm just going to drag and drop to reorder them, and that will reorder how they appear in the collection as well. So I'm going to click save. And let's view this. Great. Now these are in the order 1, 3, and 5. So that's how you create collections. Again, there's 2 kinds of collections that you can create. And in this, pretty much gives you flexibility to automate or manually create an unlimited amount of collections to feed every possible need that you could have. Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for settings and shipping.